Gloria, close.
Good evening. I would appeal to the entire board not to reconsider Mrs. Evangelista to be reappointed as Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction. Marlboro High School had failed twice, Manalapan High School once, and Freehold High School for 1 year. If you are working in the private sector and fail to deliver success, you will be met with job termination. Here it seems that we elevated the reasoning when at the height of the Bryan State University scandal, the board gave her a raise based on her job performance as stated by Mr. Placatello at one of the board meetings. Are we going to continue to protect the staff that can deliver, or will this board take the necessary steps to correct the problem? I will implore the board to put the students first. The rate of success is based on who runs the curriculum. Please consider appointing her instead as a supervisor or director of curriculum. I also request that she be put on notice this year. I do understand your explanation, Mr. Edelstein. I'm not saying that she be terminated because I understand the tenure, but I think you can somehow move her out of that position. And there's no salary sacrifice here. I know you cannot reduce her salary here. At the last meeting, I asked the board to explain to me what the financial manager and equipment manager as a stipend. Nobody gave me the description. I don't know whether any of you know what that stipend are all about. Brian Donahue on page 15. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's on the agenda at last meeting from being a SICA member, and he was being put to Howell physical ed teacher at a reduced rate. But at this agenda tonight,
No, that was John Brown.
That's what
John Brown. And Alvin Secker went to Howell
and
at
that
a
was the
reduced
one.
rate.
Okay.
Not Brian.
Okay, my mistake. One more question. Also, I asked the board, I noticed that on the stipend, like, let's say Mrs. Grabowski, she has 3 stipends, the drama, choreographer, technical director, a total of 10,905. My question here is, as one person, she has 3 stipends. Is that good for the whole year or for one season? Because I think that's awfully too much for one person to have 3 stipends in one season. I believe that's an after-school activities, right?
Summer last year, is it?
And how can you perform 3 stipends in one season? I asked that question. I was not responded last week. Last meeting, I'm sorry. Request for proposal for the law firm. I believe the contract, the current law firm, your contract ends December 2010. We have been asking the board when you're going to post the request for proposal. I believe this is the proper time to do it now. It is almost September. I believe by November we should have something in place so that that law firm can successfully replace the existing law firm we have.
You have 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Oh, 10 seconds. Okay. Oh, by the way, Mr. Piazza, you released about the finance report. You gave us, you updated us. Will you be giving, all these committees form, will you be giving report in writing, or will you be updating the public at the board meetings?
I'll be updating.
Okay, can I be a seat in your committee?
We've already asked, it's already full. I don't know
But I
when.
think that's finance. I think everybody should be afforded the opportunity to sit there and understand budget, because I was totally disappointed how the budget was conducted at the last budget. Educate more public, I think it's beneficial to me.
Thank you, Mrs. Rose.
Thank you.
Leon Ciroli.
Leon Ciroli, Manalapan. At the beginning of all this, because Ms. Evangelista mentioned the connection with the Kaplan schools. I believe the Kaplan schools have been in the news lately. They're being investigated for some kind of questionable financial questions. I don't know if it's connected with the SAT scores or what, but I just thought it to people's attention. I'm going to read briefly from part of a letter that I sent to Dr. Kegler after the last meeting last month. Unfortunately, the continued silence of Ms. Evangelista regarding her part in the St. Briar State affair will continue to be a distraction to some of us in the public who are still bothered by her lack of total remorse or regret for her actions. As you heard at the last meeting last month, when her reappointment was originally on the agenda, and from Mr. Sage's comments at that last meeting, we're still not satisfied with her silence on this matter. We know that even the other board members do not want another year of acrimonious public sessions where her conduct will be a focal point for many of the comments. We are asking you to please do whatever you can to convince her to own up to what she did, address the public in a forthright manner, and make an honest apology. Any failure on her part to address this issue should automatically remove her from the board's consideration to reappoint her as an assistant superintendent. This is too serious a time for the Freehold District Board to embark on a difficult year under trying circumstances with this dark cloud still hovering over its head. What I would like to add to that is that short of her addressing the public and the board regarding her part in the Briar State affair, and you end up reappointing her to the same position, tells us one obvious thing, that all your nice words about trying to improve the climate between the board and the public are just empty words. We know she has tenure. All that means is she can't be fired, but she can certainly have her job title changed from assistant to superintendent to whatever else might be appropriate. Mr. Edelstein just stated that it would require opening some extra issues to deal with it. After all we've been through these past 2 years, I think we deserve to have those issues opened if it means moving ahead. We are all willing to forge ahead into the new semester with a positive attitude and support for a new administration now that the problems of the past are behind us. This can't be done with Ms. Evangelista's silence and her retaining her current position.
Next up is Christine D.
Thank you. Christine D. Howell. This is my first time ever speaking in front of the board. In the spring, I heard that you were going to eliminate winter track. I honestly felt that the confidence of our SECAs, that we know as ADs, could probably figure out a game plan to help save a varsity sport that offers services to both female and male students. When I heard the decision that it was going to be eliminated, I sat back and said, well, it does cover boys and girls. That covers Title IX. Hinders on college recruitment. I'm going through all these things that I'm thinking of as an athletic would think. Then I looked back and I said, well, it's a varsity sport. They made a decision. It's cut. Did they ever think on cutting sub-varsity? I went back and took just the fall sports, which was 9 levels of sub-varsity sports, freshman and JV. Instead of playing an 18-game schedule, you could change that to a 15-game schedule. That only covers, I figured out the math, only with officials, you would save $2,200. You're not even include the bookkeeper, the scorekeeper, the timer, the security. So I'm looking at these numbers and changing sub-varsity schedules to help keep a varsity sport for boys and girls.
That's one game, 2,200.